Have a great day. How to listen and use vocabulary fluently like a native. Make it a habit to listen to podcasts on a variety of topics anytime. And you will remember how to use vocabulary in everyday conversations.
An amazing athlete. Eric Weihenmayer is as tough as any mountain climber. In 2001, he made his way to the top of the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, at the age of 33. But Eric is different from other mountain climbers in one important way. He is completely blind. He is the only blind person to reach the top of the tallest mountain. Eric was an athletic child who lost his vision in his early teens. At first, he refused to use a cane or learn Braille, insisting he could do as well as any teenager. But he finally came to accept his disability. He couldn't play the same sports as he used to. He would never be able to play basketball or catch a football again. At 16, he became interested in rock climbing. Rock climbing led to mountain climbing, the greatest challenge of his life. The members of his climbing team say that Eric isn't different from a sighted climber. He has as much training as the others. He is as strong as the rest. He is like any other climber, flexible, mentally tough, and able to tolerate physical pain. Climbing Mount Everest was a challenge for every climber on Eric's team. The reaction to the mountain air for Eric was the same as it was for his teammates. Lack of oxygen causes the heart to beat more slowly than usual, and the brain does not function as clearly as normal. To climb Mount Everest is an achievement for any athlete. Eric Weihenmayer showed that his disability wasn't as important as his ability.
Football and soccer. It may seem strange that Americans give the name football to a game played mostly by throwing and carrying a ball with one's hands. Speakers of a language other than English usually refer to this sport as American football. But in the United States, it's simply football. Many of the rules in soccer and football are the same. In both games, there are 11 players on each side, and a team scores its points by getting the ball past the goal of the other team. The playing fields for both sports are also very much alike. When the action begins, the two games look very different. In addition to using their feet, soccer players are allowed to hit the ball with their heads. In football, the only person allowed to touch the ball with his feet is a special player known as the kicker. Also, in football, tackling the player who has the ball is not only allowed but encouraged, whereas tackling in soccer will get the tackler thrown out of the game. Football players and soccer players don't dress alike or even look alike in many ways. Since blocking and tackling are a big part of American football, the players are often very large and muscular and wear heavy padding and helmets. Soccer players, on the other hand, are usually thinner and wear shorts and polo shirts. This gives them more freedom of movement so that they can show off the fancy footwork that makes soccer such a popular game around the world.
Americans' attitude towards soccer. Almost everyone in the world calls it football. Americans call it soccer. Whatever you call it, it is by far the most popular sport in the world. In many countries, top international soccer players are as well known as rock stars or actors, but not in the United States. In 1999, when the Women's World Cup was played in the United States, there was more excitement about soccer than ever before. It seemed as if the United States might start to become more interested in this international sport. In 2014, when the World Cup was held in Brazil, a record number of people in the United States, an average of 24.7 million, watched the game in which the U.S. team tied with Portugal in the first round. soccer seemed to be getting more popular. But for the next World Cup in 2018, the men's team did not even qualify to play. The number of viewers in the United States went down by nearly one-half. Some statistics show that interest in soccer is higher than before. Certainly, during the World Cup, there is a larger audience for soccer than at other times. But soccer is still much less popular in the United States than in the rest of the world. Experts believe that to increase interest in soccer, professional teams have to produce better players and capture kids' interest at a younger age. Many American parents enroll their kids in soccer programs because they consider soccer safer than other sports, such as football or hockey. Between 1990 and 2010, the number of young soccer players doubled. More recently, however, that number has been dropping. Between 2015 and 2018, the percentage of 6 to 12-year-olds playing soccer dropped nearly 14%. With more time spent on electronics, fewer American kids are playing youth sports than ever before. But while soccer numbers are down, baseball and basketball numbers are up. For American soccer to be on a level with the rest of the world, a lot more children need to play, and these developmental programs need to be more rigorous. The record number of viewers who tuned in to watch the women play in 2019 is encouraging. Will the 2019 World Cup win by the United States women's national team lead to more interest in the sport? Only time will tell.